And I'm happy to greet you because of the history we have been making. I mean, look at the progress we have made in such a short period of time. We've met, especially this past month, with many top members of Congress, including meeting members of Congress on more than one occasion. I know many of you have seen the photos that we've had, but you should also know that these were not just photos. We've had substantive meetings with these members of Congress, sometimes for 1 hour, sometimes for 1 hour and a half. We've been educating these people extensively, most of whom were not aware or didn't have a nuanced understanding of the Biafra issue. Now they understand the Biafra issue. They want to do things to support us. We had 2 meetings with Speaker of the House of Representatives, and to encapsulate the importance of this, the Speaker of the House is the third most important person in the United States government, behind the President of the United States, the Vice President. So not just one of the most powerful people in the United States, but in the world. We met with the top people, not just people in Congress, but top people in Congress, chairman of committees, chairman of the House Foreign Affairs Committee, Mike McCall, chairman of the Africa Subcommittee, John James. We even had a nice exchange with chairman of Judiciary, Jim Jordan, prominent personalities like Senator Ted Cruz. And so we've made enormous progress, and now we're going to be moving from the awareness stage, which we will be continuing because there are 535 members of Congress. And we've been very aggressive in terms of trying to close the information gap. In terms of the meetings we've been having, anyone we've educated has been very sympathetic and supportive to what we've been telling them. The only challenge that we have is the lack of knowledge about Biafra. But we're closing that gap very quickly. There were days where Oge and I, or the finance minister and I, would have 3 meetings a day with 3 different members of Congress. So we're moving very aggressively to close that information gap. And this is really historic, the level in which we're having these meetings. I mean, frankly, I'm not sure if Tinubu could meet with some of the people we met with. Frankly, I don't think he would get his appointment. So I think we should be very proud of all of our ministers. You should be all very proud of yourselves. I mean, every day we're having so much success in DC. I'm punching the zoo in the face every day, and I've been punching them so much now my hand's getting tired. I have to take a little bit of a break this weekend because we've put them on the defense. And we see this. We see this in very practical terms. The Nigerian government is so scared now that they're having their army, reach out to Amnesty International, to ICC. They're crying to these people because they're totally freaked out by our meeting with the Speaker of the House and members of Congress, and we're going to get them more freaked out. I'm telling you, when we continue, we're going to see Tinubu go out there and he's going to start crying. I said this from the beginning, that I'm going to make sure that he starts begging for help. So we're going to continue to press them. We're going to continue to give Zoo blow on a daily basis with our successes here in Washington. And there's some major things that we're doing behind the scenes. We've gotten commitments from members of Congress. I can't go into all the details, but commitments from members of Congress to press the Biafra issue, both with the executive branch and also international bodies like the United Nations. So you should be prepared in the coming months to see some major movement as a result of the engagements we're having. And I just want to say also that the members of our government, we have an amazing team here. I mean, the Minister of Finance, what a man of dedication. I mean, he's been, having all these meetings with me, coming to DC, taking the time, sometimes for the full day. We have Dr. Ngozi, who, we're working on a daily basis, right? Always having important phone calls. The Prime Minister, who's always working 24 hours a day. I don't even know if he is getting any sleep, So, we just have such an inspirational team that we have here. We're achieving a lot of very significant results. I think we are shocking not just Nigeria, but the world. And this will help us, in terms of getting that momentum when we hit December 2nd and beyond December 2nd. And so I think we should all be very excited. But we're not going to take a break or rest in our laurels. We've had these great achievements this past month, but we're going to continue to ramp it up, continue to give very deep blows to the zoo on a regular basis. And trust me, you're going to continue to see them panic. You're going to continue to see them do more and more desperate things. And, we're not going to stop until victory is achieved, as I said in the beginning of this journey. So thank you again. I always believed that we would make a lot of progress, but even I have been pleasantly surprised about how quickly the progress has come here in Washington. So this has been a fantastic journey. I encourage all of you to follow our activities. Many of these meetings we're posting on X. So we're doing things unlike previously in a fully transparent, democratic process. We're not hiding anything. The people we're meeting with, we're posting photos. We're also posting videos too, because some of our enemies from the zoo, they were, complaining that, oh, these photos are photoshopped. So now we're also showing brief videos of these meetings. So, they can't say anything. Now the zoo is so desperate, they're coming up with more and more crazy conspiracies. One conspiracy they made about me was that, oh, well, Elias is a clone and the real lobbyist is somewhere else. This shows you how desperate the zoo is and how desperate the saboteurs are, that they're, resorting to all these completely crazy conspiracies. They just cannot handle the success that we're having. So, I'm very delighted with all that we're doing. I thank you for all that you do, because, you have been supporting our efforts, you, the Biafran people. So, thanks again, and I look forward to celebrating more of our successes together in Finland. So thank you, Prime Minister, Your Excellency. Thank you, ministers of the government, and thank you to everyone on the Zoom and the people of Biafra. And long live a free Biafra. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Elias, for that update. We're looking forward for even more better days ahead. We know that we are going to break many walls and many doors.
Yes.
You have done a very good job, and do not worry about what the enemy says and how they push their propaganda, and it is part of the game. So, what we do is that we use them for our own benefit. So whenever they make this propaganda, they promote the activity of the government. And any day they stop the propaganda, we manufacture something for them to continue. I'm telling you, that's the only way we create awareness. We use our media, use their own media too. So while they are busy thinking they are making propaganda, we give them more job to do. And of course, when people go to watch them, they are not just only taking in, assimilating what they are saying, they are also going to look at our own side. Yes. And then they make their own judgment. That's exactly what is happening. So that's why when the more they do this propaganda, the more they go down, and they will never understand how it is happening. So people will go and listen to them, and then they will come to us to know what is actually going on. And when they see, they judge, the two, and they will leave them and run away from them. So that's exactly what is happening. So let them continue. And anytime they look as if the propaganda is reducing, I will do something else. Yes. I am telling you the fact, I can never allow them to have peace. I will bring more things for them to continue to do propaganda. Believe me, the more propaganda, the more the government is excelling. Go and check it. Anytime the propaganda stops, it's as if something is taken away from us. So you must understand that is the only way we promote our own activities and projects through their own media.
Yes, well, I assure you, Prime Minister, we'll continue driving them crazy on a daily basis. Yes. And if I ever find this Elias clone that the zoo says exists, I'll let you know if I find this other Elias. So
Okay.
Yes, thank you very much.
Confidential wrote. On the other side, Biafra-linked groups are also lobbying Washington, calling for sanctions, recognition, and even future military and oil deals. I mean, how seriously are these groups being taken in U.S. policy circles?
Well, serious enough that you've got people like Ted Cruz, who is the conservative senator who chairs the Senate Foreign Relations Committee. He's a big supporter of the Biafra government in exile. He's a big supporter, actually, of the Somaliland region in East Africa. And Mike Pompeo, who was the former Secretary of State, and that was under Trump's first term. And Pompeo is a very devout evangelical Christian, and so is Cruz, and they're combining the two things where they're talking about the rights of the people of Southeast Nigeria, and also this issue again of protecting Christians. So yeah, they've got a lot of sway within the Republican Party, and a lot of this stuff, Charles, is about sentiment as much as anything else. It's often free from, shall we say, established facts and evidence. It's a sense that these are evangelical Christians who put that belief above all else. And the Biafran lobbyists have been extremely effective over probably 20 years, working through the religious right in the US, which brings together a lot of these evangelical groups, and they're big financiers of the Republican Party. And as the Republican Party has moved to the right, so have they. And they've become a big mobilizer of votes for the Republican parties. So there are people who are evangelical Christians who may not like the look of Donald Trump and his various comments about women and all the rest of it, but they bury that concern for their the greater good, which they say is the man is for Christians. He's for evangelical Christians, and in that case, we're going to give him our support. So Trump, the evangelical base is absolutely critical for Trump, and that's, I think, it accounts for some of the success of the Biafra lobby in the US.
Well, that's a very illuminating assessment from you. And in that context, Patrick, I mean, is there a risk that fringe or poorly sourced claims could begin to shape US foreign policy towards Nigeria? So Nigeria's internal security crisis is no longer just a domestic issue. It's become a high-stakes battle for influence in Washington, according to the UK-based Africa Confidential, a respected newsletter that's built a global reputation for original reporting and analysis of key political and security developments across Africa. As competing narratives over violence and claims of a Christian genocide gain traction in the US, the Nigerian government and Biafran secessionist groups are now locked in an aggressive lobbying war, each seeking the attention and support of President Trump. According to Africa Confidential, alarmed by President Trump's threat last November to go into Nigeria guns a-blazing, the Tinubu administration has moved quickly to counter separatist claims, signing a multi-million-dollar lobbying contract with a Republican-linked firm to shape U.S. policy on visas, military cooperation, trade, and religious freedom. The scale of Abuja's effort far outweighs that of the pro-Biafra groups, who are also lobbying Washington, pushing for sanctions, diplomatic recognition, and even future military and oil agreements. So what's really at stake in this foreign lobbying battle? And how could it shape Nigeria's security, sovereignty, and international standing? Well, for more on this, I'm joined now on the line from London by Patrick Smith, Editor-in-Chief of Africa Confidential, and is also Editor-in-Chief of the Africa Report, a monthly African politics and business magazine. Patrick, thank you very much indeed for joining us. You're a very busy man, so we appreciate your taking the time to talk to us, and a very happy new year to you. And your reporting suggests Nigeria's security crisis is now being fought not just at home, but in Washington. I mean, how unusual is it for an internal African security issue to escalate to this level of what I might call US lobbying warfare?
Yeah, greetings, Charles, and Happy New Year to you and all your viewers. It's actually par for the course within the American system. The lobbying issue, the lobbying operations in the US are very much part of the political bargaining system there. You know, for example, I can give you the case of a senior State Department official who was backing the UNITA separatist movement in Angola under Jonas Savimbi. And if you remember, way back in the 1980s, the CIA was backing Jonas Savimbi. Then the MPLA won the elections in 1992. This guy left the State Department, set up a lobbying firm, and then started backing the MPLA. And he was paid $1 million a year to run a website for the MPLA. And that's often the case. And I think the problem with this lobbying business is it's a sort of privatization of diplomacy. And it downgrades the real decision makers and the state, and it downgrades accountability. And I think that came out very strongly when US President Trump made his threats about going into Nigeria guns a-blazing. And suddenly the government in Abuja had to react really quickly, appoint ambassadors, not just to the US and UK, but several other countries, and then start this kind of negotiation with the US officials.
So, I mean, I lost you there for a minute, but what specifically triggered the sudden...
And educate them the more about what they need to know about Nigeria, so that when it's time to strike and take decisive measures against them, they will know what exactly to do to them. So we appreciate all Biafrans that have been making it happen. Please support the town hall, support our end of the year annual report, support APN speech, support Mazi Elia's speech as we move on so that we can wrap up. One, it's been a wonderful year with your good works and energy, consistency, resilience, and sacrifices. We don't know how to thank you all enough, but in one word, may the God of Biafra with you all.
He said,
fellow Biafrans, good afternoon from Biafra Republic Government in Ezra headquarters here in United States of America. To my fellow citizens, especially the Anambras, the Anambra people, what is happening in Onitsha today is by the action of a man called Soludo, illegitimate governor, parading himself as the governor of the people, who is Soludo left the Biafrans' business their shop up, unprovoked. He don't have the right to do that. My fellow citizens, where you are protesting, protest peacefully, be your neighbor's keeper, wash your neighbor, protest for your freedom. From United States of America and around the world, we are watching. Don't leave the street without achieving your objective. Don't leave the street without letting your voice heard. Don't leave the street without getting your freedom back. The time is now. We need to be free from this terrorist government of Nigeria. They have killed us enough. Enough is enough. We are watching. And for the Nigerian terrorist state that always use their military to kill unarmed protesters, we are watching. Soludo and the Nigerian terrorist military, they will be held accountable. My fellow citizens of Onitsha, you are not alone. Biafra Republic government in Ezra and the de facto government, we are with you. We share your pain. We know what you're going through. And this freedom we must get. So you don't have the right to take your freedom from you. So you don't have the right to lock up your shop, to lock up your businesses. That is called economic jihad, because he meant no good for us, because he don't love the Biafran people, because he's not governing according to the will of Biafran people. I, Mazio Gechukunkere, Biafra Republic government in Ezra Prime Minister and the entire cabinet will do everything humanly possible to bring these evil people to book. They will be held accountable. My fellow citizen, don't leave the street until you achieve your goal. What is the goal? The goal is for us to be free. We desire to be free. We desire to open our businesses. We desire to govern ourselves the way we want. We desire to be free from the Islamic jihadist terrorist government of Nigeria. We are Biafrans. We are not Nigeria. Don't leave the street of Biafra until we chase out all the illegitimate ruler of Nigeria that are oppressing our people, killing our people. And for you, Soludo, and the Nigerian terrorist state, the world is watching. We are watching. The satellite is in the Anam barriers now. The satellite is right in Onitsha. We are following the events of what is going on. Fellow citizens of Biafra, the time is now that you get your freedom back. The time is now that we evict the illegitimate rulers in our land so we can get our country back. We must be free. Freedom is not free. Freedom is not free. Your freedom will not be given to you in a platter of gold. You fight for your freedom. This great country called United States of America, of which I'm proud of as well as a citizen, they fought for their freedom. They hit the streets just the same way you hit the street. American people hit the streets and they demand for their freedom. They demand to be free. My people of Biafra, we hear you. We are with you. You are not alone. This fight, we are all in it together. We must fight. We must get our freedom. Nobody born of a woman can stop us from being free. We are free people. We are not slaves. We can't be slaves to Soludo and his paid master, the Nigerian terrorist state. Our freedom is in our hand. The time is now. Time must stop. Soludo and his cohorts will be held accountable. They have killed us enough. Enough is enough. My fellow citizens, don't leave the street until our objective, our goal, our demand is met. We must be free. God bless Biafra Republic. God bless United States of America. Our freedom is in our hand. Thank you from you.
Every one of us must rise up. The armed forces are not neutral. They collude. They collude. They collude with the armed bandits. They kill people, kill Nigerians. They facilitate their movements. They cover them. If you are depending on the armed forces to stop the killings, you will all die one by one. Every one of us must rise up. The armed forces are not neutral. They collude. They collude. They collude with the armed bandits. They kill people, kill Nigerians. They facilitate their movements. They cover them. If you are depending on the armed forces to stop the killings, you will all die one by one. Every one of us must rise up. The armed forces are not neutral. They collude. They collude. They collude with the armed bandits. They kill people, kill Nigerians. They facilitate their movements. They cover them. If you are depending on the armed forces to stop the killings, you will all die one by one.
Fana kuro tax. Yeah. Machikuo ma police. Yeah. Fana kuro tax. Yeah. Abo hook up. Yeah. Ndaku na hook up. Yeah. Fana kukwa tax. Yeah. Say machi hook up. Yeah. Fana kuro tax. Yeah. Mandi sugar daddy. Yeah. Fana kuro tax. Yeah. Mandi sugar mommy. Yeah. Fana kuro tax. Yeah. Kai bazia na pastor. Yeah. Fana kukwa tax. Yeah. Say machi edne pastor. Yeah. How much you go mem market? Yeah. How much you go mem market? Yeah. Amachikwa men market. Yeah. Babambo machiende nepa. Yeah. Fana kuro tax. Yeah. Machikuo ma police. Yeah. Fana kuro tax. Yeah. Abo hook up. Yeah. ndị akwụna hukọp ka na-akwụkwa tax sị machie hukọp ka na-akwụrọ tax ma ndị chuga dadi ka na-akwụrọ tax ma ndị chuga mọmi ka na-akwụrọ tax ka ịbazia na pastọ ka na-akwụkwa tax sị machie ndị pastọ amachigo mem market amachigo mem market amachigo mem market amachigo mem market daddy ka na-akwụrọ tax ma ndị chuga mọmi ka na-akwụrọ tax ka ịbazia na pastọ ka na-akwụkwa tax sị machie ndị pastọ amachigo mem market amachigo mem market amachikwa mem market gbaba mbọ machie ndị nepa fa na-akwụrọ tax machikwuo ma polisi fa na-akwụrọ tax agbọ hukọp ndị akwụna hukọp fa na-akwụkwa tax ma ndị chuga dadi fa na-akwụrọ tax ma ndị chuga mọmi ka na-akwụrọ tax ka ịbazia na pastọ ka na-akwụkwa tax sị machie ndị pastọ amachigo mem market amachigo mem market
will be infringing on their fundamental human rights. They have freedom of choice. Ours is to make the environment conducive for those who want to come out and go about their businesses. We have a duty to protect them. We cannot enter anybody's house to drag them out. Don't sit at home, come out. We cannot do it. We will be infringing on their fundamental human rights. They have freedom of choice. Ours is to make the environment conducive for those who want to come out and go about their businesses. We have a duty to protect them. We cannot enter anybody's house to drag them out. Don't sit at home, come out. We cannot do it. we will be infringing on their fundamental human rights. They have freedom of choice. Ours is to make the environment conducive for those who want to come out and go about their businesses. We have a duty to protect them. We cannot enter anybody's house to drag them out. Don't sit at home, come out. We cannot do it. We will be infringing on their fundamental human rights. They have freedom of choice. Ours is to make the environment conducive for those who want to come out and go about their businesses. We have a duty to protect them. We cannot enter anybody's house to drag them out. Don't sit at home, come out. We cannot do it. We will be infringing on their fundamental human rights. They have freedom of choice. Ours is to make the environment conducive for those who want to come out and go about their businesses. We have a duty to protect them. We cannot enter anybody's house to drag them out. Don't sit at home, come out. We cannot do it. We will be infringing on their
When we were only protesting and carrying the biggest flag as IPOB in Nigeria and in the entire world, Nigeria did not get to the point of understanding and confessing with their mouth, using their own police to say that they cannot come and drag us out of our houses, or that they cannot shoot at us because they will be infringing on our right, until we weaponize the U.S. foreign policy against Nigeria with their apparatus. It is now that Nigeria understands that they are on the red light. When Soludo was talking in 2016, this is about 9 or 6 years ago, Soludo said, Nigeria is on the red light. Nigeria was on the red light. And that was when he was saying, if you don't give attention to Biafra issue and you want to use force to destroy them and to kill them and to think that they don't have a voice, you are actually trying to do what? To emancipate that ideology to come out the more. When you use guns and bullets to try to quell Biafra, you are actually exhuming the demons of Biafra from the grave. I salute our leaders that have lived before us, Ojoku and Philip Effiong, and all the wonderful men and women. I salute our leaders that are behind bars, Mazi Simon Ekbar, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and I salute our PM, the incumbent Prime Minister of Biafra Republic government in exile. I salute the entire cabinet of BRGIE. I salute the entire cabinet of the de facto government. I salute the BDF. I salute all Biafrans, most especially Biafrans that are bringing out their hard-earned money to support the cause of Biafra freedom. I salute all of you. And I salute Biafrans in the homeland who have made the world to understand that there is need and there is reason and there is a sense of belonging and that there is the legality in the essence of Biafra emancipation. Restoring Biafra is our mandate. They tried to quell and to kill it in 67 to 70s. They tried to quell and to kill it during Owazirike time. They tried to kill and quell it when Azare Tokumba was talking. They tried to kill and destroy it when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was talking. They tried to kill and quell it when Mazi Simon Ekpa was talking. They have even tried to quell and kill it when Mazi Okenkere is talking. And today, the resonance frequency of Biafra lobbying in Washington, D.C., the resonance frequency is echoing in Nigeria. Let me say something again. IPOB, as Biafrans, have been protesting since 2012 with the biggest flag. Mazop were protesting with the biggest flag of Mazop, all for Biafra. Even the Zionist movement were protesting for Biafra with the biggest and largest flag. But BRGIE have connected what every other group that have existed did not do. And we did not just come out as BRGIE, but it is a government that encompasses all Biafrans. Having activated Nigeria on the red list from Washington, D.C., having weaponized UN foreign policies and their apparatus against Nigeria, all the way from Washington, D.C., Nigeria is on the spotlight, is on the red light. Now, Biafrans are protesting in their own lands. Biafrans are protesting in their own lands. And then a commissioner of police is telling you, at this point, we cannot go and force them out of their house. We are going against their constitutional human right. It is their right to choose. Biko, let me ask this commissioner of police. Was it not the choice and the constitutional human right of Biafrans to protest and to observe sit at home when they were shot in Mbo? Was it not their constitutional human right and their right to choose when they were shot in Emene? They were not protesting in Emene, they were just having a meeting, a family meeting. Nigerian police and army invaded the meeting arena, shot many of them to death. When they were killed at Onitsha, was it not their constitutional human right? When they were killed at Port Harcourt, when they were just jubilating over the victory of Donald Trump, was it not their constitutional human right to have protested and to have formed unity of purpose, gather, and then associate and jubilate? When they were also killed in same Port Harcourt again and in Abia, on the date they heard that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is being released from court, they now went into the street in jubilation. They were protesting and they were like doing hip, 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 hooray. Nigerian police and army shot them and killed them. Was it not their constitutional human right? I want everybody to understand something tonight. We've been doing things the same way, the same pattern from myself, the Zionist movement, IPOB, and then coming down. And you did not get a different result. But after BRGIE now started working with something different, making use of the international political and diplomatic warfare in the US Congress, you can now see that a different result is coming in a different direction and a different pattern. This will all culminate into what? The victory that we want. The victory that we want is coming. And it is all going to culminate into the victory we want. What Biafrans are doing in the homeland, what the BDF are doing in the homeland, in the defense of Biafra land against the terrorists that are coming, what BRGIE are doing in the political, diplomatic, and international warfare, everything are going to culminate into one big result. That is why having weaponized US foreign policy and the apparatus against Nigeria, having put and activated Nigeria into political and international diplomatic isolation, having put Nigeria into international pressure in their military formations and in their economic strategies and everything that has to do with Nigeria, you can now see that it is no more business as usual. That is why we are telling Biafrans, occupy your streets, occupy your institutions, occupy your markets, occupy your head bridge, occupy your local government, occupy your court, occupy the federal secretariat, occupy every institutions that belongs to you. None of these institutions belongs to Soludo or the terrorist government of Nigeria. They all belongs to you. Our message is very clear. We've done something different that has propelled Nigeria to be in a cold machine. This is the time that you have to activate all the forces of darkness and light that you have. Yes. Activate all the forces of darkness and light that you have so that you can destroy this zoological republic of animal kingdom that has been consuming your lives once and for all. Your freedom is very important. And if you are waiting for someone that has held your neck to set you free before you now get free, you are making a very big mistake. We are calling on all of you to wake up. Soludo now understands the message. You have gone to wake the Biafra Defense Forces up from where they were. They were on leave. Biafra Defense Forces were on leave. And then Soludo and One Nigeria have now gone to wake Biafra Defense Forces up. All of you slept and woke up and then you saw them scatter everywhere in the media. You did not expect, right? We only said Biafrans continue to hit the street, that the angels of God will appear when it is time. And when you slept and woke up, they appeared today. For those of you that listen to our programs in the last 48 hours, you heard when we say, because some people were saying, oh, they won't be there. Continue to do what you're doing. Continue to hit the street. Continue to send your message. Don't go to sleep. The angels of God will appear when it is their time. And then when you slept and woke up, you saw the angels of God. Those of you that said you have killed the angels of God, those of you that said you have slaughtered them, you have overcome them, those of you that said you have poisoned them and you have sent them to oblivion, Nigerian army came on air and said they have killed and destroyed General Gento and many of the BDF generals. And then we look at them, we laughed. You see, there's something this BRGIE does new. When we see you ranting on the media, when we see you crying on the media, we don't worry about you. We capitalize on your weaknesses. we move on to achieve the next goal. While you are ranting on the media that you have destroyed BDF. Oh, Minister of Information, where is our BDF? Whoa, 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 whoa. I say, tell them to take their message the way they want it. BDF are intact. Oh, they want to hear from BDF, they want to see them. You don't see BDF when you don't have to see them. You don't hear from them when you don't want to hear from them. Or when they don't want to, to give you the message. Focus on what you're doing. When it's time for BDF to speak, they will speak. When it's time for them to surface, they will surface. Now, while Nigerian terrorist government were doing video broadcasting and giving it to all these people that call themselves independent medias, many of them were using it, doing program. They even said, oh, Sonny and Nkere should come and produce a General Gento, that we have killed General Gento. I laugh. They say, oh, we have destroyed Butus. We should come and produce General Butus, or we laugh at you. While you were busy doing propaganda, blackmail, and slander, while you were enjoying media saga, that was when we let you loose to continue to be stupid. And that is when we were cooking the food in Washington, D.C. Do you see what is happening? Did you see BRGIE engage you to debunk that BDF are dead or are not dead, or they are alive or they are not alive? Can you show me one program where I came to tell you BDF are not dead or they are alive or this and that, to come and argue or debunk Nigerian government? Because we know what we are doing. Those people that came out to say they have destroyed BDF, they were still collecting woto from the same BDF. And then you come to the media and say you have killed them. Now, today that BDF have actually shown themselves to them, that they have recovered from the poison that they used to poison them by using some of their men who decided to betray them and to collect money from Nigerian government, to betray them and to poison them. Today they are back alive. I'll be moved to play that video of Nigerian army defense claiming to have killed Biafra defense forces. I'm going to play it today, so that all of you that believe in Nigeria, you will go back and ask Nigerian government. Nigerian government, I thought you said you have killed General Gento. Why is it that General Gento is now talking to you now? If a country defense forces is coming to tell you the biggest lie of the century, I don't know what you will take from this country again. That is why when I heard that America want to help them, I'm just laughing. I say, America, it's like you people want to dig your graves. So, yes, it's like you people want to dig your graves. But you know, America gets sense. They know how to deal with people like this. They will play them snake in the monkey shadow. Now, let us listen to the people that said they have killed and eliminated our Biafra defense forces. Let's listen to them. While we listen to them, we will now see our general laughing at him, because the day he posted this video, the day Nigerian army posted this video, the only thing our Biafra defense forces did, our general here did, was to only write emoji laugh. Emoji laugh, that was what he wrote, emoji laugh on social media. Just emoji laugh on social media to reply to this their video. Finish. And then they expected that BRGIE media will come to start debunking that. You see, why we kept you quiet and allow you to die in your stupidity. BDF were working on something very important. And BRGIE were working on destroying you, Nigeria, from Washington, D.C. While you continue to wallow in your stupidity. We were preparing our food so that we can serve you, for you to eat and posh. Today, the food is served. Who is running from Nigeria to Washington, D.C. today to go and beg? Who is spending $9 million today to go and hire lobbyists to lie and say there is no Christian genocide? The 178 babies, women, and children that were kidnapped last Sunday or 2 Sundays ago, have they been released? They have not been released. So, when you paid $9 million to a lobbying firm in Washington, D.C. to come and counter BRGIE on facts and figures, and every surviving family that have also testified against Nigeria Christian, against Nigeria, aiding the genocide of Christians. When you paid $9 million, has it changed the ideology or the mindset of the jihadist terrorists who kidnaps at impulse, who slaughters at impulse, who rapes at impulse, who caught pregnant babies and who cut pregnant mothers with babies inside the womb into pieces? Has it changed the fact that they are terrorists? Has it changed the fact that their main target is churches and not mosque? Has it changed the fact that their main target is churches and not mosque? Has it changed the fact that it is a Christian genocide? I don't want to use the word persecution because I hate using that terminology, persecution. Because no Christian was born to be a coward. No Christian was born to allow his or herself to be slaughtered by somebody in the name of genocide. So when you're using the terminology persecution, it hurts me the more because it is like a leeway to some of you that become so gullible. Somebody is coming with knife to cut off your head, and then you will allow the person to cut off your head. You start shouting, "Oh, Christian persecution, oh, Christian persecution, oh." The person cut off your head, they carry go. Who gave the person the monopoly of cutting off your head? Why is it that when this same terrorist tries to kill one American inside America, American government do not watch idly by. American government do not watch idly by and then allow the terrorists to slaughter their babies, women, and children, and then they come and shout Christian persecution? No. They go after the person. They hunt you down from beginning to the end. But in your own case, they slaughter you in your own vagabond country. Then you come and start shouting religious persecution, Christian persecution. Why can't you be the one to persecute that other terrorist so that the terrorist will also be crying and say terrorist persecution? Why must you allow terrorists to slaughter you and then you come and sing Christian persecution? So the babies, women, and children that were kidnapped, about 178, they are still in the hands of the terrorists. They have not been released yet. So we are asking a very pertinent question. The $9 million lobbying, is it working or not? Let us listen to those that say they have killed us, they have eliminated.
ọmụ Ifeanyị Chukwu Okorie Ntaeze tata ka ọ na-eme ụwa niile ya anụ ka o si adị ya ka m jisi ka m gbara chi m egwu maka na ihe ọ lụrụ n'ime ndụ m erika ihe nwata gbara n'ụzọ erika afụfụ m tara erika ihe anyị gabigara erika mụ na my fellow commanders itimpa anyị the triple general ada ma aka onye ma aka ya ejie ọmụ Ifeanyị Chukwu Okorie Ntaeze n'ala Biafra ozugbo abụọ the Major General in Biafra land. Biafrans rejoice. Tatokwa 28 Eke Market 2026. Ayadago Kam Kelego the Biafrans. Maka ndị contribute by prayer by ego ofo ma ikpoku ndị nna nna anyị ma ikpoku ndị lụrụ ọgụ abụọ anyị zo welu ọgụ a anyị abịaghị iche ndị ibe anyị bịara ka anyị bịara unu nye anyị ha ruru anyị ka anyị lawa lekwe na ebubo lekwe unu bunch of liars. Nigeria is not a nation and it can never be a nation. It's a business center. But I really appreciate the US, the real Donald Trump. The Prime Minister of Israel, Netanyahu.
So, Nigerian Army propaganda machine, you arrested our BDF generals. According to you, you arrested our BDF generals. And you say you neutralized them, you killed them. And today they have resurrected. Oh my God. Hey. They have resurrected, Abby. Anyway, to those that believed in Nigeria, this is one evidence to tell you what Nigeria is all about. Nigeria is all about propaganda, blackmail, and slander. This is Nigeria for you, okay? That is what Nigeria is all about. Because Biafrans have taken a stand of it's not going to happen the way it has always happened. And that is why I changed the pattern of the game. Yes, the pattern of the game has changed. And many people as seeming kind of worried. No, you guys should not be worried. Oh. This is how the report came from Parallel News. Parallel News said, notorious Biafra Liberation Army commander, Gentle Yahoo services online month after Nigerian army storm his hideout. They storm his hideout and they say they have killed him. They have taken his body. Today, he has resurrected. Oh. Soludo, I just believe you understand the language now. I believe you understand the message that Biafrans are in. You know, there's something some of you also need to understand here. When Nigerian terrorist government made the announcement that they have destroyed Biafra Defense Forces, Honorable Fulani swung into action. Yes. Honorable Fulani swung into action and said she's sending her own boys to go and take over the Biafra Defense Forces camps. And for some people that were there to now come to our command, I laugh. I laugh. I laugh. So there were some people that were praying for Biafra Defense Forces to be eliminated so that they will just start picking anything that belongs to Biafra Defense Forces. Hey, General Butuzo and General Butuzo and the entire Defense Forces. When I get plenty enemies, so I get plenty enemies. Those that claims to love you people, they plenty past those who really love you people. Those that claims they love you people, they plenty past those who really love you people. Hello, Mero. Hello, Mero. Hello. Let me bring something to the screen. When did you hear the Nigerian Army Chief say they carry out the operations? In October, right? Okay. I want everybody to come back here now. Everybody should come back here. The announcement of the poison of Biafra Defense Forces came in August. And I want you all to look at the publication I have here on the screen. This is August. This is August 2025, right? Okay. Announcement of the poison of the Biafra Defense Forces was in August. And the same August, you saw announcement from Honorable Fulani, August 16th. The announcement of the poison came about 14th of August. And then on the 16th, Honorable Fulani rush and gather a group of cabinet. They casted a vote. And then they say they are going to take over Biafra Defense Forces camps and command. I want to read so that you people will see something from the beginning of this write-up. Breaking, 16th of August, 2025. Redeployment of what? The Federal Biafra Liberation Armies through Biafra Defense Forces resistance fighters to their 40 states, following the declaration of the United States of Biafra. Listen, USB on blah, 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 blah in Latin, consonant with USB commanders and majors, and with a vote of USB cabinet that met on Friday, August. While the poison of these defense forces were on 14th, listen, then on 15th, they have already gathered meeting. You heard about the poison of Biafra Defense Forces on the 14th. Then, on the 15th, they have already gathered meeting to decide what they want to do on how to destroy the remains of BDF. Why? Because they had planted people there that supervised when they were poisoned, and when the poison started destroying their body, and the person have given them information that yes, they are dying, they are all dying. So, because this swung into action with our cabinet, called a meeting, and then they took a resolution. Listen to their resolution. Just listen to their resolution. Listen to their resolution now. Listen to their resolution. I want you all to listen to their resolution. Hey. Hey. Hey, 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 hey. Are you all looking at this thing? I just put it front and back so that you, okay, let me now read. They say 32 voted in favor and 1 abstained. That the USB nonsense group cabinet voted and approved to redeploy all Biafra military men in the federal BLA, BDF, and BRF camps listed below to their respective 40 state commands. After getting confirmation that they have poisoned BDF, and that they are all dead, and that the poison is finishing all of them, okay? The person that was planted there to carry out, to supervise, why didn't the poison catch that same person? Why was the person able to give the report about those that the poison were targeted at? So that means the person that was planted there did not consume the poison. Are you all getting the point? The person that was planted there did not consume the poison. The person was there on a mission to supervise how the poison will deteriorate the system of the commanders and the generals, to see that they are totally gone. So, after giving them confirmation, they swung into their cabinet action. Meeting. Let us take a resolution. They voted to do what? To redeploy all Biafran military men in the BLA, BDF, and BRF camps under the watch of who? General Gentle the Yahoo, Butuzo camp, B44
calm. Uwam, calm. Akbo, calm. Double, calm. Ogwebene, calm. Ha! Now they hear them? Okay. All along, the decision was not happening until they were confirmed that they have been poisoned 48 hours ago. They sum up a meeting, take a resolution, and then I thought Honorable Fulani in December had declared that BDF, BLA, BRF under Butuzo are criminals and that they are fraudulent and that she has nothing to do with them, with our new group, our new USB government. Right? So, what were you now still doing inside their camp? Why did you plant somebody inside their camp to monitor their events from December 2024 coming down to August 2025? Then you waited for their elimination. You waited for the poison to work on them. After you have gotten confirmation that the poison is working, that they are all paralyzed, that they will not survive, you all swung into action. You all swung into action. You all swung into action to call a meeting, to take a resolution of how to take over their camps, their weapons, and everything that they have. How to deploy and redeploy in and out of their camps. And your targets were where? Your targets were Butuzo camp, General Gento camp, B44 camp, Uwam camp, Akbo camp, Double camp, Obunne camp. These were your targets. Oh my God. Oh my God. So, this is not the end of the write-up. Let me still go. And then they say, furthermore, oath taking between individuals or groups in BLA, BDF, BRF is not in conformity with our new nations. So that what? Do you know why they put this place? So that they can use anybody inside that camp to kill the generals. Because they will say no oath taking, no oath swearing, no swearing with anything while they are fighting liberation. They are not in full government. They are fighting liberation. So when there is no oath taking with Ofo, or when there is no oath taking with anything of any kind in conformity with the way they are supposed to practice their things, any of them there can now go collect money and sabotage them. Because he knows that there is no Ofo, there is no oath taking with the naturality of Biafra that will come against them. So that's why they say they are scrapping oath taking. They are scrapping oath taking, and they are banning it from their military formation process. And they went on to say, this idea of oath taking has been repeatedly kicked against by our PM. They will always use the PM's name to draw out their damage map and plans. They said due to damage, evil sellout lies, forced submission, and killings that comes with those involved. They went on to say, a typical case in point was the recent wrongful plan to eliminate the USB commander loyal to the new nation by the same oath takers, and the betrayal of Onyendu by those who took oath not to betray him, such as Benjamin, Madubugu, Chika, Idoziem, Chinasa Nworo, Okenga Oroago. Now, they came back to tell you that this decision was taken to ensure that all the military in Biafra works for the new declared USB, when she has already said in December that she has nothing to do with
BDF under Butuzo and everything that has to do with Butuzo and his men, that she's forming her own group of Raktak Ebubagu under who? Under Caterpillar. Listen, oh, she's made that statement far back that she has nothing to do with BDF under Butuzo. That they are what? They are criminals, they are fraudulent, and they have nothing to do with her group, and that she's forming her own group. So why were you still spying inside the BDF from that December of 2024 coming down to August 2025? It's a question. Also to go. Now, let's read the continuation of the write-up. It was also taken because General Igwe Butuzo, who heads some of these camps and by extension is generals in these camps, has declared his publicized audio message that I am not in USB government. His statement clearly shows that he has no loyalty to the newly declared nation USB. Hey, and he is not working for the new nation USB and Biafra people, which and PM. So because General Igwe Butuzo has denounced Orabu Fulani, so Orabu Fulani and a group, immediately they heard that the poison that was set to destroy BDF has worked. They now capitalize on it. They say, yes, this is what they were waiting for. Yes, now that the poison has worked now, it is okay for them. So they swung into action. They do vote in their cabinet, and they did whatever they did. You see? Can you understand this message now? With this pronouncement of Orabu Fulani and everything, this publication was done on 16th of August 2025. Why did Orabu Fulani call for deployment and redeployment of people to Butuzo camp, General Gento camp, B44 camp, Uam camp, Akpo camp, Double camp, Obuebune camp on the 16th of August 2025, after hearing that BDF have been poisoned and confirmed to her with her informant? Why? So because Biafra Defense Forces rejected a treacherous act and her groups, she was now watching when they will all die so that she can send people to go and finish them and take over everything that belongs to them. Okay? I'm just trying to connect the dots to some of you. So use your tongue and count your teeth. And from that time, messages now started booming, coming left and right. And from the messages that General Gento dropped today, there is a video that he said while he was on the sick bed, while he was poisoned and was on the sick bed, that was when they were circulating videos and photos with his voice. That is the one that shot people to death. And the young man is saying, I was dying. I could not speak for myself. And then they use any kind of video to doctor or do whatever, and then they use my voice. He said I was dying. I was in the sick bed while they were playing a video or a voice of me. And he said, I know nothing about it. Hello, Mero. Hello. Biafrans, today is Thursday. Saturday is our fundraising. I'm reminding everybody that we have a lot to do and we have a lot to achieve. When you listen to the PDF on their appearance today, they were giving you thank you for how far you've stood with your prayers and your contributions financially, which has helped in their recovery and has helped them in their defense of Biafra land all this while. You need to do more. Soludo and the governors and ministers of Nigeria now understand what Biafra stands for and what they mean for. I believe Soludo understands the message now. I believe Soludo understands the message now. I believe Soludo understands the message now. Chinazanworu was celebrating the death of Butuzo, was celebrating the death of General Gento, was celebrating the death of all the generals of BDF. And we look, we laugh at them. The entire IPOB political criminal groups, they were celebrating the death, the fake death of BDF generals who did not die. But they turned them to die by fire by force. Many of you that wanted to see that the BDF generals are no more, shame on you. They are alive. And they are still fighting for Biafra. They were on leave. Soludo, you angered these men to come out when they were not supposed to come out. Soludo, you went to wake the sleeping lions. Soludo, you angered these men. You have infuriated these men. And they had to wake up unduly when they were not supposed to show their faces. Soludo, I believe you understand the message. When I say I believe you understand the message now, get ready for the Utere dance. So, I believe you understand the message. Get ready for Utere dance. All of you that said you will kill Biafrans and go scot-free. It is not business as usual. I think in this video is where the general said when he was in the sick bed dying, that was when they were circulating a video and a voice. And they said he is the one. That is not the one. That's what I want to play for every Biafran to hear.
Oh, sir. And also, I want to appreciate Biafrans Monday mere Monday got off for listen, which I know, and that from the results. Because I know that in any atom of something like this, there must be the ones that will hate you, and there must be the one that like you. So I want to tell Biafrans today that the poison that we ate, we have succeeded. We are alive today. And that's why I'm coming out, because I believe that when the Truth is Power was telling Biafrans, addressing Biafrans, that very soon as possible, that I will come up to address Biafrans. I believe that many couldn't believe it. Even with voice, and later made a broadcast, live broadcast. People doubted it. On my own, many might doubt it, because for those that have been spreading the news that I am a dead person, that all of us B44, OWAM, with the triple generals, with some of the major generals in 40 state of Biafra that ate the poison together with us. I know today that many could believe, many may not believe. Many may say AI. No, this is me, Gentle the Yahoo, Onyezo in Biafra land. We are not you. Here am I, and this place is a place I got my recovering. And here am I till today, which I won't mention name. But I strongly believe that the God in heaven and the gods of the land must bless the Odogu that God used to heal me and also heal other generals. You get? So I want to appreciate him one more time for his efforts. And I want Biafrans to appreciate our people in Calabar, because we are everywhere. I don't want to talk much on that. Now, I want to say this. Ima, asi na onye chọrọ igbu nwa nkịta ya, ọ chọọ aja aha, were ba nwa nkịta ya tupu ọ chụọ ya ka o gbuo. Man, I thank God, this one made known to all Biafrans. I was in a sick bed when they threw allegation on me. When I was struggling to survive for the poison that they gave to us by the people of the people, which I am going to narrate the story on my next coming back to address the entire world. So I just came up today with few things to tell Biafrans for them to celebrate that all their prayers has been answered, and Biafra is here, whether they like it or not. That Biafra is here, and also to debunk the 3 men that was shot to death, that they throw the allegation that they said that it's me. I am not the one, and I am still repeating myself. I am not the one that killed the 3 people. And I want Biafrans to investigate this thing that I'm saying properly, because this has been a very big problem that we are having. After the Kobo boys caught one guy that has a mark with 2 of his friends, they shot 3 of them to death, throwing allegation on the other boy that he is my man, he's one of my guys. That is why they killed him. That is why they killed him. That is why they killed the 3 men. And they tag my voice on that video. What evidence do they have? Someone that is struggling to survive in a sick bed, and they are still throwing allegation on somebody that can't even talk. My breathing then was so critical, but they were still throwing allegation on top of my head. So I came up today the same way I debunked the incident that happened at Izog, and I am still saying it today and tomorrow. I am not involved, and I am not included, and I don't know where they plan it, I don't know how they plan it, and I don't know the people that did the massacre in Arondi Izog. Till today, I am still saying it. Oh, na marakwa here banyere here Izog massacre. Biafra. I am still taking this oath. But it's quite unfortunate that this idiot that calls himself Ebe Kuodike Aririakaria is still deceiving the people of Arondi Zogoti today. I am not surprised. I am not surprised, but Ubochakoko, Oyadika Marajuabo, and Abachos I agree my. That one, by the way. Secondly, please and please, Finland, this.
I believe you have all gotten the message. Yes. You see, when somebody is dead, he cannot speak for himself and cannot defend himself. If General Gento was not alive today to speak for himself, all of you will go with the ideology, with the propaganda and slander that is actually the one that was framed up. Today you hear him speak. Today you hear General Gento speak. And somebody wrote in the comment section that even Uchechi Kano, Mazinam Kano's wife, was also jubilating about the death of the BDF generals. That is shocking. That is very shocking. And I did listen to some of the lawyers that came out a few days ago, because I've decided to make them irrelevant. That's why I don't try to push whatever they are saying. I listened to them say, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu say, nobody should attack his family. Nobody should attack anything that has to do with his family. Check. Oh my God. And it is the people that are fighting for your release that those your families are fighting against. That's why if I want to open the Pandora box on these so-called family members of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, it will be too brutal. Yes, it will be too brutal because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu don't understand the atrocities that they are causing out here. And that is why I would rather prefer our leaders inside detention to stay out of what is happening outside here. Yes, because they don't know anything happening here. They should only focus on what is happening within where they are. And then don't dabble into whatever is happening here. Because we are the people that know what is happening here. We are the ones that can tell you the crime some people have committed, how they've committed the crime, and where they are moving to. So, those of you that are fighting for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, like the generals here, and then you see that his family members are out there pushing you out as criminals. This is one thing people need to understand, that Biafra is not a family business. So some people should not think that they can load themselves on others. No. I believe everyone just listened to the BDF general now. Okay. So you understand the stand of things. Support Biafra Defense Forces in the homeland and support BRGIE in diaspora so that they can do their work efficiently. What happens in the homeland, what happens in diaspora with the exile government culminate to give you Biafra? I said something when we started. I said, for many years, we were protesting with the longest and largest and widest flag. We protest under Mazop, Zionist movement, the IPOB, and then we did not do something different. And they were killing us anyhow. Now we've done something different with the lobbying internationally. And we've been able to weaponize US foreign policies apparatus against Nigeria. And now, as you are protesting in Biafra land, the commissioner of police in Anambra is telling you, we cannot come to your house and force you out to come out and do sit at home that you don't want to do. We cannot drag you out of your house to come and not do sit at home or do sit at home. It is against your constitutional human right. We are going to infringe on your right if we do so. Then I ask a question, what is happening now? What is the difference from when you killed the same Biafrans on the street in Bo, in Emene, in Onitsha, in Port Harcourt, while they were protesting? Was it not against their same right? You see, because we have made America to designate Nigeria now as a country of particular concern, and they are on the red list. Series of sanctions have been implemented against them, series of high tariffs, and they have been pushed to one corner. They are under international pressure in their military formations, economic and administration. So it is the time that you activate every forces that you want to use to shake off this contraption so that your freedom will come. And your freedom will come once and for all. So do the needful and let it be done. Today's program is not going to be long. I want to appreciate every Biafran that have taken their stand on the protest. You must continue. Yes. So, coming down to Sunday town hall meeting. This flyer has been in circulation since January 7. For many of you that will see this flyer and say, the flyer is not updated. Yes, this flyer has been in circulation since January 7, before the election of our incumbent prime minister. So it's an old flyer of a program that is coming up on the 1st of February. The 1st of February town hall meeting, the all-continent combined town hall meeting, is not hosted by Africa. It's not hosted by Europe. It's not hosted by America. It's not hosted by UK, neither Asia independently. It is hosted collectively by all of you. So it is combined. What this means is that we expect to see all countries and states, starting from the 40 states of Biafra in the homeland, and to all the states and regions where Biafrans are in exile. Every country must answer their names. Every Biafran must answer their names collectively or independently. You must come and pick up the mic that day and answer your name. It is a Thanksgiving service. It is a combined town hall meeting for the month beginning of February 2026. I believe you're all happy to see PDF today surface unduly. And you expect them to get to work, right? They cannot get to work with their saliva and with their teeth. They have to get to work with logistics that will be available. So every Biafran, every country, reps and admins, communicate to your people. Let them get prepared for the Sunday town hall meeting. Everybody should come together and support this very government. Let us continue to do exploit and work strong. We have created so much chaos for one Nigeria, and more are going to come. Arise from wherever you are. Come and join the town hall meeting and give your quota. Stop sitting on the fence and waiting to see how we will do it, whether we will fail or whether we will succeed. We have not failed so far, and we are not going to fail as we continue. For the past months and years that you went to sit on the fence, idly by, to watch and see how we are going to fall, did you see us fall? When you did not come and put your energy and your resources, the little that those that stood their ground to put sustained the momentum, and we have come this far. Biafra is for all of you. You joined your hands together today to make it rapid. There you see us achieve Biafra very fast. You go back and sit on the fence and allow your leaders that have been in prison to die in prison, then it means you're not ready for Biafra. It is what you're doing now that will catapult the release or will hasten the release of your leaders in prison. While they are in prison, you have to move on. You don't have to remain stagnant. You don't have to wait for them to come out before you know the right thing to do or the next step. You have to continue moving. You have to set strategies and move on. You have to do exploit. That is why I am very happy with BRGIE. Because while our leaders have been imprisoned, BRGIE did not sit down to wait until our leaders come out from prison. BRGIE have moved on. BRGIE are doing exploit. So Nigeria are crying now about our leaders they imprisoned. And on the other hand, they are crying about the effectiveness of BRGIE. So it's now becoming difficult. You guys went for their leaders. You imprisoned them. But that has not stopped the momentum. Rather, the momentum has increased. What did not happen to you when their leaders that you imprisoned were here? What did not happen to you that time has happened now. Now they have destroyed your image in Washington, D.C. You are nobody in the international stage again. Anywhere Nigeria walks into, everybody understands that this is a country and representatives that indulge in Christian genocide, that kill Christians, that slaughter babies, women, and children in their churches, that kidnaps them. Because as we speak, 178 babies, women, and children that were kidnapped in Kaduna Church, they are still wallowing in the dreadful forests of the terrorists. Nobody knows how many of those babies, women, and children have been raped so far, and how many of them have been killed, and how many of them have been maimed, and whatever has been done to them. The numbers of those that we will see at the end of the day, we don't know as it stands now. So having made the international world and community to understand how evil and useless Nigeria has become, BRGIE has caused Nigeria more pain now than what they did in the kidnap of our leader, in the imprisonment of our leader. That is the real essence of what we are targeting at. making Nigeria to cry blood after kidnapping and imprisoning our leaders. The cost of their kidnapping, the cost of their imprisonment, what they used to negotiate the kidnapping and the imprisonment, we are aimed at making sure they pay 100-fold in suffering so that it will now become useless of the essence of the kidnapping and the imprisonment of those our leaders. You are feeling it. Some of you do not understand what it means to activate, to weaponize U.S. foreign policies against Nigeria. Many people are on travel restrictions, high tariffs, CPC designation, the country on a red light, and every day more kidnapping are happening. The international world understands that anybody coming up from Nigeria with Nigerian passport, especially if you are in the political circle in Nigeria, you are a prime suspect. You cannot pass. You must be properly scrutinized. And if you don't pass the test, they will deport you back to go and enjoy that Boko Haram terrorists that you so sponsored before you ran out of Nigeria. Come and support the town hall meeting. Come and support the fundraising on Saturday. The sky is our limit as we join our hands to do the needful. You heard the BDF general say, thank you to all of you in all ramifications. And if he was not here to speak, all of you will say the video that was circulated by Nigerian government, he was the one. Arise News were circulating it. We want Arise News to play the comeback of our generals. The same way they played when they said they have eliminated them. And they were celebrating on Arise Television. The same way Arise News ran away from interview from our PM and our lobbies in January 2025. And then, in turn, in 2026, they came back crying about the same BRGIE. Hey, 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 hey. Oh my God. I salute all Biafrans and continue what you are doing. The world are watching. Everything is echoing outside there and inside. And the results are coming out. I salute all of you. Let the fire continue to burn and let the zoo continue to be in disarray. Ndewo mu Chineke. From me, from here, it is good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night to some of you.